Quiz-mania question of the day. Darrell, when you are good and ready for yours.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's your Quiz-mania question. Now, this actually is a Quiz-mania question.
So is mine.
I'm sorry. My condolences. Yeah, man. Okay. Anyway, so it really shouldn't be much of a research on your behalf, Darren, but just bear this in mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the Quiz-mania question of the day. Question is, this active NFL quarterback holds the all-time consecutive games with at least 6 touchdown passes. Who is this quarterback?
Read that question one more time.
I was sure they say a smart comment, so I had to hold myself. So, I was just ready for it. I forgot I was doing a court. I'm glad I caught myself. I was ready to let out a smart one too. Anyway, repeat. This active NFL quarterback holds the all-time consecutive games with at least 6 touchdown passes. Who is this quarterback?
Is this in a season, in a game, his career? In a single game?
This is just consecutive games. If it's going to be in the regular season.
I got you. Never mind. I got you.
Yeah, it's going to be in the consecutive season. I mean, regular season. So.
Yep, I got you. Okay.
All right, you got it? You written it down?
Yeah, but I have no idea who it is, believe it or not.
Well, you'll figure it out. I don't think it's too much to research on that behalf. So, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Quiz-mania's question of the day. You will hear the answer from Darren himself later on in the podcast. So, with that being said, as we move on, sorry, Darren, to Double Take Sports Court. Brought to you by no one. So, Darren, whenever you're good and ready, hate to do it to you, the floor is yours.
Don't bother me. It's kind of like almost multitasking all at the same time.
Let's see.
Wow. Okay. Quiz-mania. What am I doing? Double Take Sports Court. Yeah, I'm not good with multitasking. Before we start Double Take Sports Court. Yeah, see, I'm already distracted because I normally don't do this, but I'm going to do this today. And there's a reason behind why I'm doing this, and I know you heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
In Noblesville, the Indiana school shooting in Noblesville.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I heard about it this morning, and we was at work. We've been following it all day, and I've been following it all day. I've been actually trying to reach out to some people because there is possibilities for people that I go to church with that possibly could go to that school. Excuse me. I was trying to reach out to some people and trying to, find out, how everybody doing and good things like that. I'll find out definitely on Sunday, but I'm planning on going down there most of the weekend and on Monday also to talk with people and good things like that. But the school shooting consisted with it's not as much as of a it's always a big deal, but it's not as much as a bigger deal as most of these schools because they have killed at least tons of people.
Right.
Thank God nobody died. First off, everybody is in our thoughts, heart, prayers during this difficult time, even though nobody has died. They was able to take action quickly, which is part of the reason why I did this, because it's kind of, believe it or not, sports related. The gentleman that practically is called a hero, his name is Jason Seaman. He teaches science in Noblesville West Middle School. He used to play football in college. He was a defensive end. He played, defensive end for Southern Illinois. He played from 2007 to 2010. According to the storyline that I've been reading all day, student asked to be recused from class to go to the restroom, asking for permission to go to the restroom. I'm sure you missed those days.
Hell no.
So he left out and came back with 2 handguns, I believe. And that's when he saw it, and he took a bullet for everybody in that class and stopped it from being an actual massacre, because he definitely had a chance of making it a massacre.
Massacre, absolutely.
And his quick thinking does consider him a hero. And it kind of disturbs me because it is very close to home. We have our young students that go to school, and all that good stuff. You have, I think about Will Walker. I don't know if he has any kids, when that Florida shooting happened. I was thinking about him at that time, and it's just like, when do you think this will actually happen, in Indiana? And it did, and it hit close to home. It's about 30, 40 minutes from where we're at right now. Like I said, I plan on going down there tomorrow, talking with some people and trying to support them, pray with them, encourage them, because I know this is a very tough, difficult time for them. I just wanted to share that far more than anything, I don't know actively in the church who goes there as children, as young adults, but I will definitely be praying for those. Like I said, I normally don't do this, but I'm doing it now because I believe there's a cause in doing that. I just want everybody to know that I will be praying for all of those young kids, affected adults, teachers, especially while it's waning down into the final parts of school and all that good stuff.
I just want to add this, Darren, before you continue. I just want to say this, and as much frustrating as it is to you, it's just as frustrating for me because of the fact that where the hell are the parents at? Where the hell is this intensity that that brings this all about? What is going on? Why are kids getting access to this stuff?
Yeah.
And
it's been three different upon different investigations on this same kid that people have called the police on to investigate. 3 different occasions. Because I remember when we were starting, in particular podcast, I think it was the NFL, I want to say it was either the divisionals or the conference championship games. You was about to get ready to start, and that was the first thing you said in the beginning of that podcast.
With that shooting guy,
these shootings, and I believe it was
that was the Kentucky shooting. Kentucky.
I think Florida had recently happened even before.
Right, exactly.
And
which prompted me to say that.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that. And it was really like, now it's like, why?
Why? I'm beyond sick of this, man.
Yeah, I'm beyond.
Change has to be made, man. It's ridiculous.
These young kids are the future now, so it's now that we have to encourage them to go the right way and not the wrong way, not discriminating and all this good stuff, because there's still discrimination all around us.
Absolutely.
Enough with that. I just wanted to throw that out there, that I will be praying for those, and I will definitely be talking to those down there in Noblesville, Fishers, see what the next steps are, see if there's anything that I can do to help, and that's exactly what I will be doing. So moving on from this school shooting, let's go back into the podcast of itself, and let's talk a little bit about the recap of this past week in full thorough fashion. We did very briefly. Darrell did it very briefly on the audio podcast, the weekend review. So we're going to take a look just very, very briefly, because I'm not even going to be that long. We're going to go back to Saturday, the last podcast that we did. Matter of fact, yeah, we go back to Saturday. Cleveland won Game 3, 116-86 in blowout fashion. Darrell believes that is a conspiracy theory. I actually don't, only because I believe it was just home court advantage. I just believe it was just simply that. Now, if Cleveland would have won Game 5, I would have believed that was a conspiracy theory.
Here's why I think it's conspiracy before you continue. The reason I believed it was conspiracy is because of the blowout. Cleveland had not been able to keep within close of Boston at all at this series at any point. And then you go to Game 3 and they get blown out by 30. Look at how Boston dominated it, and they get blown. Yeah, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
Well, Jason Tatum had 18 points, and Marcus Morris had 9 points. Al Horford had 7. Jaylen Brown had 10, and Terry Rozier had 13 points. And then Greg Monroe came off the bench with 10 points. Yeah. And Marcus Smart came off the bench with 7 points. LeBron James for Cleveland had 27 points. Kevin Love had 13. Tristan Thompson had 10. J.R. Smith had 11. And George Hill had 13 points. And there was really not a whole lot of defense played on the behalf of Cleveland. LeBron James with 2 steals and 2 blocks. Kevin Love with 1 steal. George Hill with 1 block. Larry Nance Jr. with 3 steals. I think this Jason. This is Jason. Jordan, thank you. Had 1 block. Jeff Green, I'm sorry, that's not. It is Jeff Green.
Yeah, Jeff Green
had one steal, and C.D. Osman also had a steal. Boston, on the other behalf of that, not too many defensive efforts been played on the behalf of Boston in Game 3.
Too many fouls been called.
You know what? That may be a good point. Hang on 1 second.
Too many fouls.
Terry Rozier had a steal. Jaylen Brown had 1 block. And Jason Tatum had a block. Oh, and Marcus Smart had 2 steals, which makes a total of 4 for the team and 4 blocks for both steals and blocks on that behalf. And there was a total of 25 personal fouls called on Boston, where Cleveland had 23. LeBron James had 3. Everybody practically had no more than 3 fouls for Cleveland, and for Boston, everybody except for Jaylen Brown had 5 fouls.
No, of course.
I want to say that he was probably guarding LeBron. He had to be.
Yeah.
Because Jason Tatum only had 2 fouls. I'm thinking that Jaylen Brown probably did more of the guarding on LeBron James than anybody.
I think Jaylen Brown, Marcus Morris, and Al Horford to help step in.
Yeah, they had
when it came time.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Monroe even had 2 fouls coming off the bench.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, Cleveland shot 83% from the free throw line, and Boston only shot 78%. And Cleveland shot 50% of their three-pointers, along with 48% of their field goals. Boston only shot 27% and 39% for the field overall.
Yep.
Cleveland had 23 assists. Boston only had 6. Cleveland had 9 steals, 3 blocks altogether.
That's a team?
Yes, that's a team.
Okay.
They had 45 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds for Cleveland also, and 37 defensive rebounds, where Boston only had 34 rebounds, 6 offensive, and 28 defensive. So That's game 3 of Boston and Cleveland. But what did you think, real quick, about that game?
What I think about this game
Yeah.
was a bunch of bull because, for one thing, in the standpoint of a playing physicality of the Boston Celtics, they couldn't get nothing going. And for Cleveland just to get the jump start, largest lead was 30, Boston none. And they pretty much dominated them the whole game, and that just told me right there, like, okay, Boston knows they have to get it together when they're on the road.
Okay.
Rather than at home.
So now that you speak of that, do you call this a conspiracy theory? Game 3, Golden State won 126-85. You call that a conspiracy theory?
Yes. Yes.
Let's see here. We got Stephen Curry with 35.6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. He had finished 13 for 23 on the field. Shot 5 for 12 from the 3-point line. Klay Thompson finished with 13 points. Kevin Durant finished with 25 points. And on Houston's side, James Harden finished with 20. Chris Paul finished with 13 points. Clint Capella with 13 points. Just not enough points for Houston.
That's beyond not enough.
Well, here's the thing. Golden State led as many as 41 points.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, 41. Wow.
Yeah, 41. Yeah.
I thought I said 34.
No, you might have said it, but it was 41.
Golden State shot 94% from the field. I'm sorry, from the free throw line. They shot 52% from the field and 40% from the three-point line, whereas Houston only shot 39% from the field and 32% from the three-point line and 76% from the free throw line.
Wow.
Game 4, Cleveland won 111-102. Looking at this, LeBron James 44 points, Tristan Thompson 13 points, Kevin Love 9 points, J.R. Smith 9 points, George Hill 13 points, Kyle Korver coming off the bench with 14 points. A total of 23 personal fouls were called on Cleveland, and for Boston, Al Horford finished with 15 points, Jaylen Brown with 25, Terry Rozier with 16 points, Jason Taylor with 17, and Marcus Morris with 10 points. Marcus Smart came off the bench with 8, and Aaron Bangs came off the bench with, I believe, 8 points. And Greg Monroe did not play that game. Game 3.
No surprise.
Oh, and Boston has a total of 26 personal fouls called. Cleveland led as much as 19 points in that game. But Cleveland only shot 72% for the free throw line, but Boston shot 76% from the free throw line. But Cleveland outdid them with their field goals and their three-pointers, 50% for the field goal from the field, and then 34% from the three-point line. Boston shot 41%, and it shot 32% for the three-point line. Cleveland grabbed a total of 47 rebounds. Boston only grabbed 37. But Boston dished out more assists with 21. Cleveland only had 15 assists. Boston had 9 steals, 3 blocks. As a team, Cleveland had 6 steals, 8 blocks. They did not capitalize off their points off turnovers.
Agreed.
They were close because Cleveland committed 18 turnovers and Boston committed 9. So they were close. They were close in this game. And that's why Game 5 came out in very good fashion, which speaks of not even Game 5, sorry. Game 4, Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors. Houston won that game by 3, 95-92. Quick, brief matchup real quick here. James Harden finished with 30 points. Chris Paul finished with 27 points. This is where they combined for 57 points combined.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
While everybody else scored not even in double digits.
That's what's going to hurt them. Game 6.
Sorry. Take that back. Eric Gordon, 14 points.
Darren, that's going to hurt them. Game 6. It's going to hurt them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it will.
That's going to hurt them because you ain't got Chris Paul. Now, James Harden could do it all. He could if he wanted to, but he won't be, in my personal opinion, that much of a contributing factor.
Yeah.
With Chris Paul. Chris Paul has morally, in my opinion, stepped up to the plate.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
Yeah. Well, we'll see because Eric Gordon, I believe, can step up.
Yeah, he could. Absolutely.
Because
he had big games.
Everybody seemed like from the starting lineup played over 40 minutes except for Clint Capella and Eric Gordon.
And Gerald Green.
Clint Capella only played 23 minutes. So most of his minutes look like it went to Gerald Green. Yep, Gerald Green. He played 11 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Gordon played 34. On the behalf of Golden State, Stephen Curry, 28 points. Klay Thompson, 10 rebounds, 10 points. Kevin Durant, 27 points. And Draymond Green with 11 points. Kevin Looney with 4. Is it Kevin Looney? Yep. 4 points. Sean Livingston, 4 points.
Got to get it together, Sean Livingston.
Agreed. But at the same
15 minutes, 4 points.
Well, 15 minutes, 4 points. Golden State led as much as 12. Houston led as much as 10. Golden State shot 92% from the free throw line, and Houston shot 85%. Golden State shot 39% for the field and 33% for the three-point line, while Houston shot also 39% for the field and 31% for the three-point line, which is why this game was so close. Houston committed 10 turnovers and Golden State committed 16, with Houston having 7 steals, 9 blocks, and Golden State having 6 steals, 3 blocks. Mm-hmm. Golden State having 14 assists and only Houston having 12. This was going to be a series anyway.
Absolutely.
It was going to be
no doubt.
And then last but not least, real quickly, the Cleveland Cavaliers game 5. Celtics won that game 96-83. Kevin Love, 14 points. LeBron James, 26 points. Tristan Thompson only had a point. J.R. Smith had 2 points, and George Hill had 7. Everybody on the bench scored something, but it wasn't enough to get them to win. The only person that did not score coming off the bench was C.D. Osman, and
that's it.
Well, no, it's one more person. And I can't see it who it is.
Oh, Jose Calderon.
Thank you, because I couldn't see it.
Jose Calderon
did not score for Cleveland. And then for Boston, Jason Tatum had 24 points. Al Horford had 15. Aaron Baines had 6 points. Jaylen Brown had 17 points. Terry Rozier had 8 points. Marcus Morris had 13. Marcus Smart had 13. Greg Monroe did not play this game. Difference is in foul trouble. Cleveland committed a total of 19 personal fouls, while Boston also committed a total of 19 personal fouls. That's interesting. With their free throw percentages, now that we see this, Cleveland shooting 63%, Boston shooting 91%. Cleveland shot 41% from the field and 26% from the three-point line. Boston shot 36% and 33% from the three-point line. Boston dished out the assists with 6 blocks. 10 steals, 6 blocks, 18 assists. Cleveland, 17 assists, 3 steals, 7 blocks, 15 turnovers.
Or if anything hurt them in that category, it is those turnovers.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So there you have it.
Wow.
Recaps. The preview so much. I'm not. You have, of course, as we talked about it, Cleveland, Boston. We talked about it. Cleveland and Boston. We got Boston for Game 6. And then for Golden State and Houston, Game 6, we got Houston. No, I'm sorry, Golden State. Game 7, if necessary, would be Boston. And then for Cleveland, Golden State,
Houston.
got Houston. Hopefully to wrap it up to be Boston Celtics, Houston Rockets. But yeah, we don't do that.
No. We just running the podcast, man.
We just running the podcast. Which speaks of running the podcast. Let's continue to run this podcast. Before we get to the quick Quiz-mania question for you to keep in mind, I wanted to go back into one of the topics that we was talking about doing a couple of podcasts ago about with Scottie Pippen. You was right, but it was not about Michael Jordan.
I didn't say it was about Michael Jordan.
The thing is that you said that Scottie Pippen always wanted to take the game-winning shot.
No, he wanted to take over the role of Michael Jordan.
He wanted to take over that role, but I just don't believe that it had anything to do with Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
No, because coming to find out, Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc are rivals. Tony Kukoc took the last shot of Game 3 between the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks tied the game with Patrick Ewing hitting a 3-foot jumper with 1.8 seconds left to cut their deficit to 22.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Jackson drawed up the play. Of course, as you said, you were right. Scottie Pippen didn't like it. Did not play in the final seconds. Phil Jackson had to call a second timeout, and he put in what was his name? I got it here, and I can't think of what his name is. And I'm reading. I cannot see who it was. Pete Myers. Pete Myers got put in the game, and he threw the ball like Scottie Pippen was supposed to have done to Tony Kukoc for the game-winning shot.
Imagine they had no timeouts.
But if it's they wouldn't.
They would have got teed up. They probably would have lost that game.
They probably would have.
Probably would have lost that game. Yeah. Wow.
Like, I don't care about losing this game. I'm not taking the shot. I don't care.
Exactly.
So it's like, whatever you said.
Whatever.
All right. Real quick. This quick Quiz-mania question. I'm not going to give out the year because it's going to give it away. I'm just going to give you this one hint when I read this question.
Okay.
This former NBA player had 5+ blocks in back-to-back playoff games. Who is this player and how many blocks did he have? One clue that I can give you, because if I give you the year, it's going to give it away. You're looking at the Western Conference Northwest Division.
So the Northwest Division was consist of Golden State. Nope. Sorry. Portland.
1.
Denver.
2.
Mutombo?
Dikembe Mutombo. You got it. Dikembe Mutombo. 93-94 playoffs against the Seattle Supersonics. He had 8 blocks in Game 4. Game 4. Yep, Game 4. No, sorry, Game 3. Let me take that back. Game 4, he had 8 blocks. And in Game 5, he had 8 blocks to seal the deal for.
Good Lord of mercy.
8 blocks. I watched both of those games, and he was just phenomenal. He played good defense. If you want to know how to block a ball, go to Dikembe Mutombo. That's who Roy Hibbert should have went to. He should have went to.
Yep, he should have went to. He should have went to Mutombo for paint protector, and he should have went to the Dream
for footwork. But he's not.
His footwork stinks.
Yeah, but I don't think he was really meant to be a basketball player anyway. If you want my
I said that once before, but hey, I've been told otherwise. Like I said, I just run a podcast, but that ain't my decision.
All right, that's it for Double Take Sports Court. Let's go ahead and have these Quiz-mania answer, which I have no idea what this would be.
I'm shocked.
I have no idea.
Well, you ain't even had the time really to research.
Well, I still don't even know who. I really honestly have no idea.
Okay. All right. So, Quiz-mania answer. I'm going to repeat the question again one more time. This active NFL quarterback hosts the all-time consecutive games with at least 6 touchdown passes. Who is this quarterback? Now, since you really don't have an idea, I'm just going to give out a quick clue.
I'm just going to throw one out there, if you don't mind.
Oh, go right ahead, man.
I'm just going to throw one out here, and this is going to be the only one I throw out here.
Okay.
And I had to think about one in particular quarterback, and it makes me think of 2004, Ben Roethlisberger.
Boom. Right on the money. Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger, what made me think about it was the year that he had in 2004, where him and Bill Cowher was the only quarterback head coach duo to beat Tom Brady and Bill Belichick as a rookie.
Yep.
That's what made me think about it.
And yeah, so apparently he did it in 2 consecutive games, and that was during the 2014 season.
Yep. When I'm looking at this right, October 26, 2014 through November 2nd, 2014.
For you to not have a clue, you knew that, did you?
Well, because I just happened to stumble on it.
Yeah, you knew it the whole time.
And it was 2 consecutive. No, because when I had it, I didn't know. But when I scrolled down, that's when I said I'll give it a shot. Because I didn't know. I had to scroll down and look for it. Oh, man. That one. I didn't know. I'm telling you, I did not know. I had to.
Darren, watch with your line behind. You lying.
It took me, but I had to look. I had to find it.
You lying.
Oh, my goodness. Whatever.
That's okay. That's okay. So it's Ben Roethlisberger. He was the only player to have done that. He did it with the Pittsburgh Steelers, did it in 2 consecutive games. Of course, Darren said it, October 26th of 2014 to November 2nd of 2014. Man, that's phenomenal. Wow. But, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Quiz-mania answer. That is your Quiz-mania question of the day also. All right. Moving on to final thoughts. Darren, you got anything for us?
Just real quick, I just want to congratulate the Obamas. They came out with, make sure I got it right. Oops. They came out with a Netflix deal that signs them to a multi-million-dollar deal. Now, what they would be doing, I did not get.
Oh, so you're saying the life of the White House?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they got into the dynamics of all of that. It just says that they signed a multi-year deal with Netflix. It is called Higher Ground Production. They're making a diverse mix of content, which I don't know exactly what that would be. The goal is to be cultivative and talented, aspiring, and creative voices. They want to do something different, and that's a start.
Why not? They earned it.
And,
they definitely earned it.
And I don't know if you heard about it, but you did hear that Andrea Moorhead had breast cancer.
No, I didn't.
She was diagnosed with breast cancer. She was off the air for a little while to get treatment. Now she's back behind the desk.
So has she been in remission, or is she still?
She is, not that I know of. Early detection saved her life, and she could do nothing but praise God on that behalf.
Yeah, that's just a little right.
Yeah, she was I don't remember when she was diagnosed. It was probably sometime last month. But
did she kind of keep that like a behind the scenes type of thing until she actually got treatments?
This is what she did. She found the lump in her breast, and what she decided to do, I think she did keep it quiet right then and there. Nobody didn't know, so she went for tests and different things like that. And when she found out that she had breast cancer, that's when she spread the word.
Kind of made me think about Erin Andrews. That's what that makes me think of.
Yeah.
When she had cancer, she didn't say a word. It was after she was in remission when she said something.
Yeah. And this is not too much different here with Andrew Moorhead.
Yeah, nothing different.
You know, you want to be precautious. You want to make sure that
absolutely
you know what you're talking about before you go spread.
Absolutely, before you go spreading something. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, but that's all I have.
Alrighty, I have absolutely nothing. I tried to think of something. I'm stumped like an ant. That's how small my brain is right now.
Well, let me help you out there. Tell the Speedway police and the state police that when they're, controlling the traffic lights for this car day, and
give it some time.
Pay attention.
Oh.
Pay attention. I'm sitting at the light on Crawfordsville Road for 5 minutes with no traffic rolling back and forth because he's too busy texting and talking to his fellow officer. Pay attention.
I'm surprised somebody didn't blow at him. Oh, that would have got a ticket for petty stuff. I'm just running the podcast here.
Well,
hands up. I'm innocent.
Here's what I did do, which I know you can't, and they couldn't hear it, but I rolled all my windows down and started talking loud.
I'm pretty sure that worked. You gotta stop, man.
I'm just saying it was driving me nuts. I was like hot, sweating, driving me nuts now.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, that is so true. You can't beat that. That is so true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if there's nothing else, we can wrap this up and get on out of here.
Let's do it.
Woo. All right. That is another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show? Just comment on the comment section as usual. Of course, we're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just hit us up there. If you have any questions in particular, doesn't have to be sports related. Anything in particular, just hit us up there. And if we like it, we'll share them on the air and our recordings. Of course, subscribe to our YouTube, iTunes, download our episodes. But until then, I'm Darrell. Darren's on the opposite side.
You got it, pal.
All right. Catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao.